All right, so I'm in the CANSIM website, and here you get a bunch of information that StatsCan collects that is not to do with the census. So if you want census material, go to the main StatsCan website and you can find materials there. So you can see that there's all kinds of different categories, and you should poke around in this and get some idea of what's in here and what kind of information you might be able to pull out of here. Now, when I go into retail and wholesale, and I want to look at retail sales by type of store. So if I'm interested in opening an electronics store in North Bay or somewhere in Ontario, might be interested in that. And so I'm in this chart here, and and down at the bottom it says, you'll see the letter A and the letter B up top, and this is quality indicator. So A is excellent, B is very good, and then when you get down to code C, it's poor, use with caution, and code F is unreliable. Now, coming back up here, we're going to add or remove data, and don't want all of Canada, but you could actually compare different regions if you wanted to. I'm just going to look at Ontario, and I want to look at here, electronics. Now, I don't want seasonally adjusted. I want to take a look at this as raw data. And so I'm going to go back to 2004. And I know that the data starts in 2004, so that's why I'm picking that. And I'm going to go into select HTML table time as rows as opposed to columns, because if we have columns across the top, we're not used to graphing it that way. We prefer what we've seen is with our columns down the side. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to click apply. And so you'll notice we now have, going back to May of 2004, we have electronics data, and it's all fairly reliable. So now what you can do is click on download, go to download, and I want to download the data, not the entire table. So now I've got my file, and I'm going to get rid of this this column here, and some of this information up here. I'm just going to clear this out of here. And so this will be date. Now I've got retail sales here, so this would be if you want to compare to retail sales. I'm not too sure if I want to do that, so I'm going to get rid of this data. So I'm going to delete and shift cells left. Looks good. And so then this is sales. Now, going down to the bottom here, we can't create a table here because we've got this footnotes. So I'm going to cut this out of here. Just move it down. So now all these data is separated. I don't have any thing above or to the side or below. So now I can click here and format as a table. And my table has headers, and go OK. And so now what you can do is you're going to create a histogram with a frequency, intervals that you think fit for the data. And I'd also like you to construct a line graph. And I think the line graph will be very informative as to what type of sales you start to see when you look at the data. So then after you're done that, I want you to go back to the CANSIM website. So go into CANSIM. And So back into the CANSIM website and start poking around in some of these other things that you might be interested in. So child development and behavior, crime and youth justice, and you can start taking a look at some of this. And what I'd like you to do is think about how you could actually use this type of thing in a project.